We on live. Oh, and I wasn't in view of the crowd. Sorry about that, guys. What's up, y'all? This is Bill.
Steve?
This is another episode of Another Shot podcast where our lives are open forum and just about everything is open and ready for conversation. So allow me to readjust that just a little bit. There we go. As always, our quick shout out to our sponsor. If you guys own a diesel, are thinking about a diesel, have a problem with a diesel, know somebody that's got a problem with a diesel, and you're in Mercer or surrounding counties, check out our boy Steve's Diesel Shop. Of course, you got to say LLC. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say LLC, but we will anyways. That number is 724-269-0477. Look them up on Facebook, Instagram, just about anywhere you can find it. The image you see right here is the same image from his site. When you make that phone call, you'll get the sweetest girl in the world answering. She will put you on the phone with the man that will get you back on the road. Steve's Diesel Shop, LLC. There you go, brother. On that note, as is customary, we're going to hit this, hit the ground running. Cheers.
Well, Maker's Mark.
Oh, we might be switching that one up. Oh, that was very warm. It's a good thing it was chilly tonight. I don't think I absolutely meant to grab the Makers. We usually do proper. We're out of our proper right now, and life has kept us from restocking. So normally we go to Bullet as a backup, and I didn't even think about it. We are going with the big boy.
Yeah.
Do we really want to?
Probably a horrible idea.
That is a bad idea. So at some point tonight we will be switching that up. But you all know this sound.
Beers.
And shockingly, it's not garage beer. We're doing something a little different again tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, what was my go-to?
So, with the football season coming up, buddy, I see you kind of sparked a little something.
The jerseys are coming out.
Feel free to show yours. What do we got there? Do we have a number 7? Who was number 7 for Philadelphia?
That was Mr. fucking Michael Vick.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Who did Michael Vick go to at the end of his career? Come on, think about it.
He went from the Falcons, there's the Eagles. What did he end up with?
He had moderately good success with this team. Let me give you a hint. The real number 7.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
The real number 7.
Look at those fucktards.
And he actually did a lot better than he did with the Eagles.
No way. Oh, he was fucking dope with the Eagles.
Shall we fact check that one?
No, he was dope with the Eagles.
Dude, we're going to start tonight. I'm sure you're going to jump right on board with this one. We're going to start off by me making sure that our followers can follow us. I got a few things I got to send out. Oh, we have upgraded. Isn't that awesome? We are going to make sure that everybody that is following us on my personal Facebook can get on here and join us.
We're now up to 70 followers on Facebook. We're only 30 away from our 100 goal.
Ooh, looky there. It's showing that we're live.
We go super live. Mobile live.
Allow me to go down. Edit this. I got to remember to do this every time. We're out. Now I'll be able to see you. You'll be able to see us. We'll be able to see everybody that is on there. You come out with the Closet Sweet Pride shirt. Leave it to our boy, Glick with the Nonsensical Network chiming in there. Glick's just upset right now because not one jersey he has on there that has the orange and white color on it has ever been to a Super Bowl, and mine has been to 3 with 2 rings to show for it. So,
shit stained Browns.
oh yeah,
Oh my lord.
oh yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Unfortunately, I'm going to call him out. He is a closet Steeler fan, but he still stands behind his boys, even though
Browns don't even like the Browns.
the Brian, remember the paper bags?
There's a reason for these things.
Do you remember who was that? Carey. Not Jim Carey, the other Carey. Drew Carey came out for opening day when the Browns were reintroduced to Cleveland. They'd come back. They left, became the Ravens, came back. Drew Carey come out there and said that we are no longer a laughing matter. Lo and behold, they play the Steelers that first game and got absolutely stomped. I see Steve is wearing the like little boy jersey. Woo!
That was R. Kelly, motherfucker.
Oh,
R. Kelly did not play with the Eagles.
He might. You know, I can see him finding a former Philadelphia player, probably with the last name Kelly, and you're about to get one in the mail.
Yeah.
100% dog pound for life. That's
Yeah.
okay. No Super Bowls, but still 8 championships. And
Get used to the trend, my friend.
my favorite saying is, we'll call a spade a spade. It is still highly debated, and they still talk about it to this day. Myles Garrett took Defensive Player of the Year last year, even though TJ Watt had the best numbers. Shots fired at another shot from Nonsensical Network. I do believe there's a
Fair enough.
I do believe we're gonna have to a little WCW invasion. And for you wrestling fans out there that don't know that one, the WWE at the time, DX, was right outside of Ted Turner's Towers, where they, Myles Garrett is superior to TJ, deal with it. I beg to differ, good sir, and so to all the stats.
Myles Garrett belongs in prison. Yeah, hell of a football player, but he belongs in the longest yard.
And that is the prison term, yard. So yeah, we're starting things off tonight with sports talk again, which is fine because honestly, football season is literally right around the corner. Let the geese fly. I can tell right now.
We are not going to. There won't be another weekend until February 2nd that we don't have football now.
Well, he's asking, how did that work out for WCW? Yeah, WWE, which would have been us invading you. We ended up winning in the end. So good luck, buddy. You're going to see a championship belt in my garage here very soon.
Yeah, college football kicks off Saturday at noon.
Oh,
It's going to be played. I believe it's in Dublin. They're kicking off the college football series in Aviva Stadium, Dublin, Florida State and Georgia Tech. Man, that's how we kick this shit off. There's only like 4 or 5 games this weekend. Then we gotta wait till Thursday, but then NFL kicks off and it's just balls to the wall football.
dude, I absolutely love that we have been going, NFL, like the world knows football as soccer, but now other countries are embracing the NFL. And I think how many years, past 6 years now, I think, maybe longer than that.
Oh, well, now all the teams, they all have like a respective continent they're going to play at least one game a year. Like we've been doing the Europe thing. And now, like the Eagles got Australia. I forget who somebody else has like fucking China.
Was it China?
So yeah, like where they're going. Then there's one in South America. You know, they do Mexico now. You know, they do Mexico baseball. So now, like, I mean, I follow Eagles, so I know that they've claimed Australia as their country to play in for the next few years. But
I think it's fun that, if you remember, was it last year or the year before that Notre Dame went to Ireland to play a game? What wasn't it? I believe that. Yeah, Notre Dame went to Ireland. Again, we're gonna have to, we're gonna do a little bit of fact checking. It's been a crazy day, guys. So if we're a little off to start, bear with us. We'll get our rhythm going.
Well, I think it's great because have you ever tried to watch a soccer match?
Yes.
Like, do you get super excited?
I really start getting into it. I really do.
I watch a ton of soccer. I bet soccer, and then like it's tough to get 3 goals in a game of soccer. I mean, to me, it's boring. Like I can turn ESPN on, watch soccer, and I can fall asleep. It's like watching fucking C-SPAN, and I can do it. So now, soccer is like the most watched and participated in sport around the world.
Oh, people love it.
And now people are getting to look at like, real NFL football up close and personal, man. I think these countries eventually they're going to start putting together their own professional football leagues. Football as in pigskin.
I am messaging. We are.
Yeah, like the German bombers.
I gotta learn how to type.
So yeah,
Thank you.
Florida State, Georgia Tech, they kick off 11-point spread. That's who it was from Fayetteville. I went back and it was driving me crazy. DJ Uyunglele is on like his 4th team in like 3 years. He's quarterback in Florida State. Yeah, message on here. I'll give you the winning bet. I'll tell you the winning bet. I already know what it is. I already know what it is. Double your money. Double your bet. That's exactly how to do it. Who else is playing? Hawaii's playing. I mean, one of these little shit schools where it's going to be like an absolute like
a stomping.
Yeah, like the first couple weeks are just absolute fucking butt fuckers to some schools. Warm ups. SMU plays Nevada. Montana State plays New Mexico. New Mexico is a good team to watch. And then we get into Dion's team, Colorado. They're actually a slight underdog in their first week, and I think his kid's back playing. And that 2-way player they had, that Travis Hunter, remember him? He was on offense and defense. He had like his spleen ruptured.
Yes, I do.
And then I don't know. I don't think he went to the NFL. I think he stayed in college.
So do you still stand behind you? I think you and I have had this conversation. Do you still stand behind that Colorado is going to be a team to compete this year? Or do you think that was all just kind of a whole, more of a bandwagon thing because of who their coach is?
It's going to be one of those, like, I want to see what their schedule looks like because they're not going to have that kind of easy schedule again. TCU sucked last year, and then TCU went and smacked the shit out of them. Like, you had a shitty TCU beat you up. We'll see, man. Hey, I like Deion as a coach, man. He gets his kids highly motivated, man. And sometimes that's half the battle, that motivational coaching.
I don't know. Like I said, I think it was more of a hype train than it was anything else. They got exposed fairly early. But that's not to say that there's not some good players on that team. And I think, but then again, having a superstar coach, owner, look at the Hornets. When they were the Bobcats even, Jordan's part owner. And was not very, still has not been very productive with either team. So, I mean, like I said, I think, the hype train is real for a little while. People go in there, they're a little starstruck, but it does not take long for people to figure out that, they're just all hype.
Yeah, no,
That's just my opinion. No,
he sold some tickets last year.
he definitely sold some tickets last year.
This is jumping. See what happens this year.
8 p.m. Pacific. What's 3 hours? 11. Okay. Yeah. We are going to have a little bit of a surprise twist this evening. So make sure you guys show your friends, share this to your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snap, whatever. I got to make sure that my co-host is in on the.
Oh, surprise, surprise, surprise.
I like it. So anyways, yeah. Where were we? Sorry, I just
we're rocking.
I completely.
We're prepped for the football season. I can't wait, man. I really can't.
We got a hell of a bet, you and I, and it's gonna be really hard to do this bet live without figuring out. I love saying it that way, by the way. That's like my catch thing, live.
What, waxing buttholes?
It's gonna be really hard to show. I mean, we're talking like there's going to be a curtain. There's going to be,
there's gonna have to be a fucking medic on site just in case something goes wrong. One of us might have to get rushed away to the hospital for ripping away a little bit too much beehole.
Oh, are we putting it right on the old stinker, or are we putting it just off to the sides and close enough?
If we're right on the old stinker, man. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna make it count. We should never need another one of these puppies again. Should be the
I'm
one.
pretty sure this will be a one and done.
The one and done. Yes.
Not looking forward to this. You should be sweating a little bit too, because one of the things that has really pissed me off so far about this football season, last year the Steelers absolutely dominated the preseason. They just looked like they were going to be unstoppable, and I kept telling everybody, don't jump on the bandwagon. It's preseason, and as it turns out, the Steelers are the only ones that really kept a lot of their stars in most of the game. Now, fast forward this season, the Steelers are 0-2 in preseason. Basically, they have yet to score a touchdown. No, they have scored a touchdown. I'm sorry, they have. But, I mean, my God, most of the game's been nothing but field goals. And everybody's jumping on it that, the Steelers are going to suck. The Steelers this, the Steelers that, they're it's bad coaching, so on and so forth. And at some point, I would love, if I could reach through the screen and choke people and just scream at them, it's pre-season. It happens all the time where, top teams go in and they, as to quote you, they're just absolute dog shit. But then they turn around and look how competitive they are, if not, becoming one of the teams to beat throughout the regular season. Now, from what you've seen, are you a bandwagon guy and saying the Steelers are going to suck because of what you've seen in preseason, or are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt?
Russell Wilson came out. He did say something in one of his following press conferences from Sunday, saying that he was working on a more conservative approach during preseason. Like, he's not out there like letting it fly. He's still learning the system, and there's no reason to throw the long ball. There's no reason to throw it to a guy in high traffic, because that's how motherfuckers get hurt. So he's kind of working on the short game right now, and nobody's throwing the fucking thing downfield, in any game, really. Houston threw a few.
Yeah, I think everybody's playing it safe.
Yeah, you look at all the passes, even if you look at the statistics, there's about 15 guys making catches, but they're all, little dink and dunks. We're really not spreading the field right now. And plus, nobody wants to, show their hand in preseason. Show them them big plays and stuff like that. So, I expect the first week of actual football, some early shots downfield out of the gate. We're gonna catch motherfuckers by surprise. So, bring it on. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. We're right there. It's like fucking Christmas.
Well said. I like it. Honestly, I'm not 100% on whether or not that really answered the question, but so you wait. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Let me rephrase that. I honestly think so. It's not just the Steelers. It's not just these other. It's basically everybody across the board. In your opinion, has been just kind of downplaying the whole preseason.
That's especially your big name players, your starters. Yeah, I mean the guys that are actually out there trying to make the team. They're looking for a little bit, of a long ball. They're looking for that extra yard because it matters to them. Who you got to take the guy with 89 yards or the guy with 79 yards. You got to get this. You want those 10 yards. So I think depending on who you are, they take preseason at a different level and how they prepare and how they play it. These guys, they got bonuses in their contract. They're not trying to go down in preseason. Tyreek Hill, he already has something on his hand. Is his hand really hurt? Probably not. He probably just don't want to play in preseason and risk getting hurt. All you gotta do is say my wrist hurts.
My wrist?
Yeah.
Now you're talking like me.
Yeah, so, his little bitty wrist hurts, and he doesn't have to play in preseason. He doesn't have to worry about getting hurt, but it doesn't matter because he's fucking Tyreek Hill, and they're just gonna fucking honor that.
Sorry. Sorry. I hate that I'm the guy that's causing all the downtime tonight. Trust me, it's business, and it is going to be worth it in the end. So basically, like I said, we're kind of we got some stuff.
Well,
so who's going to be your team this year? I know you're rooting for your boys.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I'm rooting for my boys, but I can honestly say I do not have high hopes for my guys to go to the Super Bowl. I'm thinking at best they will make the playoffs this year, but I don't see who. If you were to actually, just on what you've seen so far, bear in mind there's been a ton. Even though they're all downplaying, there's been a ton of injuries. A ton.
Too many.
What do you who do you see as being the top dog this year? Who's your big bet? Right off the top of your head.
Fuck. If I really had to be non-biased and pick, I think the Ravens are going to be a tough out for anyone. I really think they're going to be tough.
So you're going with the Ravens. Okay, so you went with your AFC. Who's your NFC team?
Philly.
You are 100% on Philly this year.
100% on Philly this year. With that addition of Saquon Barkley, I think there's going to be some shit.
All right.
But according to ESPN, Eagles are picked second. They have the Cowboys over the Eagles. Steelers are in fourth. Baltimore has such a high rating by ESPN right now. It's ridiculous.
That was rough.
Came from the soul. But we shall see.
So with that being said, brother, I know you're not gonna like this one, but I am I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I don't see Philadelphia going this year either.
Who do you got?
I honestly hate to say this, but I'm telling you, I still think on the AFC side, man. Honestly, I'm seeing. Let's go NFC first. On the NFC side, I'm gonna have to go with San Fran. I think this is their year to go.
Purdy?
Mm-hmm. I think they go this year. And then on the AFC, that's a tough one.
It ain't the fucking Chiefs. And Chiefs the fuck out.
So am I, but I tell you what, it's going to be really hard to bet against them this year. Because as we said before, Mahomes is a monster. He is already a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He still has a very healthy. We both do it. Travis Kelce. It's really hard to bet against the Chiefs, and that's not saying they're going to win it. Because if you want my honest pick, I think it's going to be Kansas City versus San Fran, and I'm going to say San Fran pulls off the upset this year.
You know what? They are due. They've been getting super disappointed.
That sounded rough.
Ooh.
Oh, look at there. Look what I just did. Is crazy. I don't want to be full screen now.
Oh, yeah, fucking massive.
Wow. That was my mistake. Here we go. We're back. Obviously, we're having so much fun with this. I mean, we're still toying with this whole thing. And yeah. But yeah. Now, do I think the Eagles are, I honestly think when it comes to our bet, I think we're going to tie. I think both our boys are going to go to the playoffs this year.
But but the bet is
the bet's just, you said the Steelers were not going to the playoffs this year. That was the bet.
Oh no, it's a two-parter.
We're going to change it up a little bit.
No, because remember the Eagles and Steelers play each other?
Yes.
So, I mean, technically we could both get at it, I think. So whoever wins the Steelers-Eagles game,
okay,
if your team wins, you're safe. So now, if your team has lost that game, you go to Final Jeopardy. And then it's up to the Steelers making the playoff. So I think there's 4 possible combinations. Steelers win, do or don't make the playoffs. All right, that's 2. Eagles win and Steelers do or don't make the playoffs. That's another 3. So in November when they play, if your Steelers win, my butthole is in fucking peril. So now I'm waiting for the Steelers to lose every game and not make the playoffs. Because then if they don't make the playoffs, I'm safe.
Well, I'm going to tell you flat out, homie.
If they do make the playoffs, things are gonna get hairy.
I personally, I had a thought and I lost it. I'm just kind of. What was it? I tell you what. The worst thing that can happen for you is Jalen goes down, because you've talked a bunch of shit on Pickett. And he is already in jeopardy of losing the second string spot.
Yeah, I can see the Eagles shopping. He has not looked good in preseason.
I tried to tell you. So can I at least for once? I'm not going to say for once, because you do give it to me when, the time is right.
I have not been impressed with it.
Was I right about Pickett?
It's looking pretty fucking good. I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on, dude. But yeah.
That is
getting his ass whooped.
And much like the Olympics, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really watched a whole lot of preseason because what little I have watched, again, what is it this year? Is it the rule changes? Is it just, you know, because to me it's not bad. You know, usually I really enjoy watching preseason because, I mean, come on, dude, you're taking all your rookies, you're taking your, you know, you're taking these guys that are supposed to be next level, you know, the next generation of your team. It is a glorified college game, but it's putting these college guys in NFL roles, NFL setting. So usually they're playing harder because, you know, just like in college, they're still trying to make the team. You know, they're not 100% paid yet. This is not set in stone. But for me, in my opinion, I think this year, I mean, I've not been impressed. There's been way too many injuries. There's been way too many people, you know, sitting out already. It's just kind of, you know what I mean? It's just, ugh.
Well, pretty soon they got to break it down to that 53-man roster. You know, hearts are going to be broken. You know, players are going to start moving.
You know, I was just trying to look at it earlier. I mean, the Steelers have made another move. They just picked up another linebacker, and it's a former 49er. So, I mean, at this point in the season, why are we still bargain shopping? You know, shopping. What's out there? You know, all the big trades have been made. The only thing that's still going on is Brandon Ayuk, but come on, guys. You know, he's not going to be a Steeler. Let's call a spade on that one. He is not going to be a Steeler. We're not going to shell, you know, at one point, I'm pretty sure I'd seen where they were wanting us to do a straight up trade almost. Minka for Ayuk. And had the Steelers done that, you know, we're still rebuilding our offense. We're still trying to find our, you know, our game. That line is looking better and better.
Yeah, but if you guys are putting up only field goals a game, you know, hardly touching the red zone when you have two mobile quarterbacks, like with the teams you play in your division, defense is good. Defense is great because you have a highly defensive division. But these points, you know, you got Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow on that field. They're going to put up some fucking points. They're going to, and it's going to be more than field goals. It's not a field goal game with those guys.
And I tell you what, our new OC is very run happy and loves the tight ends.
Oh, didn't they get that fucking douchebag from Atlanta?
Was it Atlanta, Arizona?
Oh, he was from Atlanta. What the fuck is his name? Because I'm not a Steelers fan, but he went to the Steelers, and I posted right there on my timeline. Huge mistake. He was head coach from Atlanta. Oh, he
wasn't head coach. No, he wasn't.
That dude from Atlanta. I know he went to the Steelers.
Hang on,
Arthur Smith.
I think so.
Yeah, he's the head coach for the Falcons last year. Absolute dog shit. Captain dog shit. He's Falcon shit. He's Steelers shit. He's a terrible coach. He's worse than your offensive coordinator from last year.
Well,
and you're gonna put him in the mix with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do because he's Russell Wilson.
Offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Arthur Smith. Yep.
Yeah, dude sucks.
I don't know. I'm going to be up in the air on that one because, you know, it's been shown before that, you know, sometimes the head coach position is not your spot. You need to go, like, for me, I would say it's time for Tomlin to step down as head coach. Let us find somebody that's a little more open-minded.
Younger.
And let's go with him dropping down to defensive coordinator. He was a defensive player. He's, you know, I don't think he looks at both sides of the ball. I really don't.
No, I think he likes low scoring ground and pound games, and that's how he plays. He has his offense run it. He keeps, you know, he wants this long, short, sustained drives. You know, the drives that take the entire quarter, keeps the balls out of the other team's hands, and puts them in. Like Steelers drives are 8 fucking minutes long. You know, you got 15-minute fucking quarters. Like,
yeah,
sit there. They huddle every time. You know, how often do you see the Steelers no huddle? You don't. They always get back to the huddle, use all the play clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, snap.
That being said, though, honestly, that's been Steelers football for the longest time. Now, is it a little dated? Yes. Steelers have always been, slam it down your throat, running backs, and then just, put them in the dirt defense. They've always played that, but this is a very pass happy. The days of the amazing running back are gone. The quarterbacks are, it's their time to shine. It's a very high passing league. And it's getting to the point now where more people want to see that deep pass.
Oh, it's so much fun.
And I think that's where the Steelers, and now we did pick up Queen from Baltimore. The Steelers' Achilles heel for the past, I can't tell you how many years, have been that middle of the field. If you want to gain any yards in the Steelers, you just basically throw it to the middle of the field. Do they close it up pretty quick? Yes, but they're always wide open. 4 yards here, 4 yards here, throw the running back in there. They go backwards. Teams can go backwards. They can pass the ball, run the ball, first down. Pass the ball, first down. I think now, give me a second. I think now with Queen, we have finally found like that middle backer that we needed to help close that gap.
The Steelers last year, a couple of their games was won by defense.
First 3 games of the season.
And it was like TJ Watt forcing a fumble within, the 30-yard line and, almost taking it to the house.
I feel like TJ Watt won those games for us. He just absolutely, and I tell you what, the way he played, damn it, man, it showed all day long that, he was out there, he was in it to win it. He was absolutely 100% in it to win it.
I think he's going for Defensive Player of the Year, and I think it would be well-deserved if he got that fucker this year.
Dude, it was well-deserved last year.
Those injuries kill him when he's out for those 2-3 games.
Well, you can only play that type of football that he does so long. He was nonstop, all go, and then you can tell when he finally started getting tired.
Oh yeah, and he's going against the best that the offense has, and he's going against double teams. He's getting fullbacks, he's catching, split backs. He's putting in some work, man.
When you think about the first game of the season was against the heavily favored 49ers. And normally Christian McCaffrey has a lot of problems with the Steelers. He did not that game. He was a monster that game. But be that as it may, TJ still had what? 2.5 strip, 2.5. No, he had 3 sacks, and was it 2 strip fumbles?
Yeah, I think so.
He had his best numbers against at the time, the number 1 team in the season. Number 1 team in the season, and he had his best game, honestly. In my, again, opinion, but and then your guys, let's go, let's switch sides. We have it posted as East Coast, West Coast here,
right?
East side, West side. Now, your guys had what they affectionately called the tush push.
Yeah, still pushing of the tushing.
And I tell you what, it took a lot longer for teams to figure out how to stop it than I expected them to.
I don't know if they're going to go forth with it this year. Jalen hasn't played really any in preseason. And we lost some key players on the offensive line. And they tried to outlaw it. They went to the league. They even went to it in their meetings this year, and they tried to have it outlawed.
I don't understand why. What ground would they have to stand on to stop that? There was nothing wrong with that play. Now, as the opposing team, I'm sure they wanted to try and argue it because, congratulations, I guarantee though the only teams that were fighting it were the ones that we're losing to it.
Yeah.
Because what was it, about halfway through the season is when teams started to kind of figure out.
And you
This is the way.
other teams have tried it, and that they weren't successful. They were fumbling it and shit like that.
Well, it's really fun. I mean, look how many times people have tried. I'm trying to remember he was the running back for the Chargers, and you remember Lev Bell, obviously.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, dude. If he hadn't,
LaDainian Tomlinson,
well, that was way back in the day. He was just an absolute monster.
Austin Eckler.
Nope. Before him, there was another one. He was back when Mariota got drafted, and Jameis Winston. He was in that big, the 2016, which I still think is one of the best drafts up until this last one. I'll remember it. Don't worry, it'll come up. Lev Bell was notorious for getting behind Faneca. Was it? It's Faneca. No, it wasn't Faneca. Either way, he'd get behind our center, and he would wait until that hole would open. He was the most patient running back you would ever see. And I've been wrong. Like I said, I've been wrong before. I thought he was a human highlight reel just because he could hurdle people at Michigan State. I can't believe they drafted him, and he turned out to be just an absolute monster. And this running back from the Chargers said he tried it a handful of times and just failed miserably. And then his coaches started literally screaming at him, just run the ball. And in all honesty, the way Lev Bell played, like no team could stop him. Like he would wait for it to open up, and boom, there he goes. It's probably why and believe it or not, he didn't average the most yards per carry, but he could gain the yards needed to put them in a position to get that first down or score. That's what was awesome about him. What's your opinion? The whole point was, I guess the point was that if I'm going to ask that question, you said other teams have emulated, and I said you're right, and it's never worked out. So
I think more teams are gonna implement it this year. They're gonna perfect it. They're gonna do their homework, the research.
It's nothing different than a rugby scrum.
Watch rugby, watch a scrum. And it's exactly what they do, and that's what the Eagles emulated. The Eagles have a fucking rugby player on their fucking team. It was like Koima Watu or some shit like that. Big Samoan dude. You put your big bodies there and you push, man. I mean, there's nothing funky about it.
So we've talked NFL. We both given our opinions on, who we, and that's just going on preseason stuff. This is just, we're still not even first game of the season yet. Who's your powerhouse in college?
I'm still doing research. My end of research on college. My team's Penn State, but they always blow the big one. Michigan, they lost a lot of players. Teams that are returning a bunch and who had success in the transfer portal. Teams that got fucked off last year. I like USC. I like Florida State to come with a vengeance because how they got fucked.
They got screwed so fucking bad last year.
And they picked up DJ Uyunglele. They picked up. I see Oklahoma as a sleeper. Georgia lost a lot of weapons. Alabama had great depth.
I could see Alabama coming back pissed the fuck off with a little different structure. I'd like to see Notre Dame. I mean, your big ballers, SMU. I think they could do things.
What's your opinion of Oklahoma State?
Okay, State
Cowboys. Man, they're a badass fucking team. They take zero shit. Their coach always has them ready to play. Their stadium's extremely upgraded this year. I mean, teams are legitimately scared to play them because you know what? They might not have the best players, but those boys play fucking hard. I watched them come down last year. They were down like 38 to like nothing at halftime against a good team, and I was like, motherfucker. I had Oklahoma State, last leg of a parlay. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden my notifications start going off after halftime. 32-7, 32-14, 32-21. I'm like, holy shit, it's the third quarter. They tied it up in like one quarter. They put up 32 fucking points. This boys had 0 quit in, and they went in to win the game by 14. It was fucking nuts. I'm rooting for 'em, man.
Team with that much fucking fight?
Yes, and they didn't graduate that much except for DJ Uyunglele.
Did you? Well, the only reason that I brought him up, and I never put a lot of thought into it. These Midwest teams, you got to watch out for them. Like these corn-fed, homegrown farm boys. When they get in there, I mean, it's just they dig deep. Some of your best teams, some of your best players come from the Midwest. Or I'm sorry, yeah, Jesus. Anyways,
That's why I like watching Iowa.
I was watching the Pat McAfee show today,
Okay.
and they had I think it's Van Gundy who is the head coach of Oklahoma State, and it made me really sit down and think. I'm like, look at the players that have come out of there. They don't all end up being stars, but 9 times out of 10, if you draft somebody, some of these Midwest, and especially some of these smaller schools, they're playmakers. They're the ones that get out there and get the difference going. And I really got thinking about it, and I'm that I root for the underdog type of guy. I really do. Oh, and she's not going by K.
Yeah, TCU might have a good team this year too. They're having that second gen come through since that Michigan game, so they're not a team. The Horned Frogs aren't one to be overlooked.
Dude, I remember that. Remember when TCU and Boise State came in, and just out of nowhere, the only thing that Boise State was known for, famous for, that everybody knew of them, was that giant blue football field.
Yeah,
it's not green like everybody else's. It's all like, and it's some crazy blue color at that.
oh yeah.
Like, I mean, we're talking like, the only way I can describe it is like deep sea blue
Yeah.
on a sunny day.
Yeah, they got a funky field, and Coastal Carolina has that funky green field.
But then out of nowhere, like, do you remember, what was it, 2 years in a row? Or was it 3 years in a row? I have to look again. We'll look it up. They went undefeated and got snubbed. But then when they finally got the opportunity to play that big team, by then,
Well, they got zero respect playing in the Mountain Conference. They said they had a strength of schedule, but they were putting up a shit ton of points every week. Well, now we have the new college playoff system this year. A lot more teams have more chances than just 4 getting voted in by a corrupt fucking committee, a biased committee. Yeah, Florida State was undefeated. They didn't get the fuck in.
We're about 10 minutes away from our first break. I got a question for you. How do you feel about the transfer portal?
I hate it.
Thank you very much. Now, I would like to hear your opinion on why you hate it.
Because these kids, a lot of these kids are just being bratty and bitchy. If you don't get enough playtime, or if you want to, it's like online dating. It's like, all right, I'm slightly unhappy in my relationship, so I'm gonna get online. I'm gonna see what's out there, and I'm gonna click, and I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, that didn't work out. Uyunglele went from, dude, he's only.
You just like saying that name. I swear you do.
Well,
Uyunglele.
he's like the only one left. He was like the original one that started like going through the transfer portal, and all these quarterbacks, like they're having great success. and then they don't. Which one person was surprised did not partake in the transfer portal, and this team is probably going to be very, very good this year. Is Archie Manning, the youngest of the out of the Manning dynasty? He has been the backup quarterback to Quinn Ewers in Texas for the last 2 years. He had the option this year, and he's got some of the best in the world who have ever done it, giving him advice on what to do. Peyton and Eli, both Super Bowl champions, and Archie Manning, he's staying in Texas as a backup. He's still competing for a spot, but they want him to be in Texas because if he's going to have success, apparently the Mannings feel like Texas is going to be dominant. So they know something. So maybe put in your full season bet right now, drop $100 on Texas to be the champion, and probably come out with about $2,000 at the end of the year. It's a wise investment.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I was getting ready to, and I thought, you know what, while I was talking, I'll just go ahead and look it up. I did not know, because when you said Archie Manning, the first person I thought of was,
Big Arch.
yeah, senior.
Yeah, no.
And apparently there's a junior.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, and he did get some play time, like when Texas had some blowouts last year. He got in there and he threw the ball around, completely fucked up his red shirt status, but he got the play, and I think he'll play some this year. Quinn Ewers is a very, very good quarterback. He'll probably be the number one drafted next year as a quarterback, because there's really shit for quarterbacks this year.
I personally think you and I are solid on our thought. We're in 100% agreement. I'm going to go a step further, though. Like these kids that want to get, I'm not getting to play time. Okay, so you suck right now. If you want to be a star, put in the work, and you want to play for a team that sucks, because that's how your talents really stand out. You don't need to go to another school. Now, that being said, these idiots that want to get in the transfer portal is just absolute lunacy. It really is. It should not be there. These guys have got, most of them have gotten scholarships, to play football for that team. You are committing to a team. In essence, you're signing a contract. You're basically getting a full ride to come and play for this team. I honestly feel that these guys that get in there, it should be in the paperwork that you got to pay full tuition now. You got to pay back all the money that they put into you already. The scholarship. So these guys, before they transfer to another school, if they're in there on a scholarship, they need to pay out the tuition before they go to the next school. Then let's see how many times, or how many people want to jump on the transfer portal. Because to me, transfer portal is no different than these idiots. And yes, TJ was one of them, and I was really pissed off at him that he pulled this shit, a couple years ago. These peaceful sit-outs. Oh, we're not going to play. Lev Bell started the whole thing by saying he's not going to play. Pay me more money. No, you're under contract. And if you don't, you're being paid to play. We're giving you X amount of money to play for us. And if you're sitting out, then, in my opinion, you're in immediate breach of contract. And in all honesty, start hitting these guys in the wallet. For every day they sit out, they get charged $1,000.
Yeah. Well,
They sit out 2, now it's $2,000. They sit out 3. Actually, I'll take that back. They sit out 1, $1,000. They sit out 2, $2,000. They sit out 3, $4,000. They sit out 4, $8,000. Just keep going. Just keep hitting them with it.
that's nothing to some of these college kids now. Because now these college kids are allowed to get fucking paid. You remember Blue Chips, the movie? Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Hardaway,
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte hoops. And they're taking bribes on the side. Now, these kids, they got the rights to have their images on video games. Like EA Sports has to pay them. Madden has to pay them. They can do commercials now. So I mean, these kids are going to college. They got $1 million in their lunch accounts. Like,
Pay that money. Make them pay that money back.
Utah. Did you know the Utah football team last year?
The Utes.
Ford gave every single player on that team a brand new F-150.
I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, Utah. And Utah wasn't good last year.
They're gonna be a good ass team this year. Better watch out for them motherfuckers too.
I think it's here, the sleeper as well.
Yeah, dude, their quarterback's in his 8th year since COVID went ahead and started giving everybody like the COVID year. And dude, you have like 26-year-old quarterbacks in college.
Like, there's a reason they're still in college. You know what I mean? By the time they get to the NFL, they're 27. Guess what? They're going to die.
They're already considered the old man of the team. The field.
Yeah, you're not that 21, 22-year-old talent that someone can develop. Now you're practice bait.
Mm. So on that note, we've hit the 56. I don't think we need to go. We don't have to be 100% exact.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll hit him with some Gary Burke.
Would you like to hit him with some Gary Burke?
Some GB3.
Gladly. Which one do we want first? I will allow you to pick, or do you want me to just go ahead and surprise them? Let's go with your favorite song. Let's hit him up with a little bit of How I'm Getting Over You, our boy GB3. Enjoy, guys. We'll be back.
How the hell do we end up here? Everything good seems to disappear. Life comes at you fast and then it's gone. I wish that we'd have one more night. Rewind the hands of time. Forget that we ever had to say goodbye. Life ain't fair, man, don't you know? We're one mistake from starting over. It don't matter where we go, the other side is creeping closer. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burned up and back roads, colder in the console, chasing down a neon road. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. 5 years feels like yesterday. In this case, the beer don't numb the pain, 'cause I'll take you with me everywhere I go. Driving around this empty truck, trying to get my mind unstuck. Moving on just makes me feel alone. Life ain't fair, I know you know. The other side's just creeping closer. Not sure how it works up there, but down here we still need some closure. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up and back roads, colder in the console, chasing down a neon road. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Life ain't fair, I know you know. The other side's just creeping closer. Not sure how it works up there, but down here we still need some closure. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up and back roads, colder in the console, chasing down a neon road. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting seem to disappear. Life comes at you fast and then it's gone. All dolled up like a Dixieland dream. Hit a high dollar diner in the downtown scene. Riding home pretty in the shotgun seat of my jacked up country boy limousine. I threw it in the park right there in a drive. That song came on 95.5. Do I walk to the door? Do we call it a night? We just turned it up and said, baby, I want a free bird kiss, free bird kiss. 14 minutes of backseat bliss. Make it long and sweet and soft, so slow. When we get to the solo, bring it up and call me baby. Let's get a little crazy. Let the swamp music make you miss my lady. One thing on earth she can't resist is a free bird kiss. When the last note hit, I was falling hard. She had my heart racing like a screaming guitar. Just when I thought the fun was about to end, she pulled me in closer and hit me again with a free bird kiss, free bird kiss. 14 minutes of backseat bliss, make it long and sweet.
All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that delay. We were having a little bit of a little bit of technical difficulty that we had to solve, but and as soon as we come back, we notice that there is a familiar face on there.
It's just text while I'm driving. Text while I'm pulling a load.
And we have hit that time of the evening, guys, where we are going to open it up for everybody to get on here. I will go ahead and post the link in the comments. If you wanted to join us, let us know. Just go ahead and shoot a request, and I am posting the link as we speak. If you're just tuning in, our oh, that's cool. Text to talk. Hey, no worries. We may or may not have a little twist later on, so it is definitely worth your time to check us out tonight. And our lives are open for them, so I'm kind of noticing you guys are a little quiet tonight. So if there's something you want to talk about, again, nothing, for the most part, nothing's taboo. We still try and we like to debate. We don't like to argue. I think that's the best way to put it, wouldn't you? Of course, it's a fine line between debating and arguing.
They like to talk shit.
Just come on and talk some shit with us. Now, that being said, during our break, my boy here brought up something, and it reminded me of something I wanted to talk about. Now, one of those taboo subjects is politics. But the one thing we don't, it's not our business which side of the coin you're on. It's not your business which side of the coin we're on. That's not the discussion. I have been watching everybody's little, speeches that they've been making. And, of course, we've got we've already gone through one convention. We've got another one on right now. And Steve, I ask your opinion of this. Does it seem like they are more about taking personal shots at each other, instead of talking about policy? Now, I'm going to add to that only that I feel there is some talk of policy, but I think there's a lot more personal attacks, name calling, and just more wanting to attack the person.
Right.
Is that how it reads to you at all?
I think it comes to this like every election year. all the commercials I see are generalized slander of the other person, like Kamala, promotes,
She's a radical.
wants to take down
Radical, radical,
fracking,
radical,
or,
radical.
she was a stripper, Biden and
That's one. I
Biden
have to look
and,
that up.
yeah, or they're saying, oh, she slept with everybody.
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
Or Trump's old as shit. They're fuck. Well, I mean, they're fighting for fucking votes. I mean, if my president was a stripper, good. Then they know how it is to fucking work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get mad. But all right, cool. So times are tough, and you bared it all. I don't know how that helps me talking shit on you. Like, I don't know if talking shit on somebody impresses the economy. A Trump Harris debate is definitely a need to put a lot of things in perspective where they stand. And back in the day, I'm probably the last actual debate I actually sat there and watched was the Al Gore debate, and they sat there and they talked policy, they talked economy, they talked about
What they
American rights. You know what I mean? They talked about what they plan to do, what they will do, what they stand for. Now it's like,
my golf game's better than yours.
yeah, it's like two kids in a fucking playground bickering over, who is she my girlfriend or yours? It's
Whose shoes are better?
just petty shit.
I can swing higher on the swing than you can.
Yeah, I ran for student council in I don't know, 3rd grade, 5th grade, some shit like that. And I went up there, and what I told my classmates is, what I will do for you, I want 45-minute recess times. I want longer lunches. I want chicken nuggets 2 days a fucking week. French bread Friday will always be French bread Friday, and we should have a la carte, and there should be peanut butter and chocolate squares on that fucking menu. I talked about what I could do for the people, what I could do for my people, my small people, my 3rd grade people.
You're 6'9". Don't say small people.
I was small. I was small then, but I had a large appetite for lunch, and I had a large appetite for recess. And you know what? You should be allowed to hold hands in the hallway. I didn't win that year.
And
I didn't win that year.
And on that note, we are about to have our quote unquote co-host.
Nah.
Are we ready to say hello to Kay? Oh, I'm sorry, Robin, formerly known as Kay.
Yeah, formerly known as a lot of things.
Well,
Yeah.
We like your enthusiasm. Thanks for bringing the positivity.
I just meant because of all the names that I've been given on the show.
We did have that one.
Honestly, I would never, ever, ever. I don't think I've ever really picked on you that much, have I? I mean, I don't think.
No, I don't mean bad names. Just all the different names that we picked on the, on the thing. Oh no! God damn! Seriously? Right. Thanks.
Who was the president? Remember his slogan was like, "No new taxes." It was like
Bush Senior.
Yeah, that was like his campaign slogan. No new taxes.
There's
He reneged on that motherfucker.
there is
Shit.
there's a reason why he only made it through one term.
Trump, make America great again.
That's an awesome slogan. I love that slogan.
What's Biden's? Biden's got one, doesn't he?
What was it? I can't remember what was it. Robin, do you remember what Biden's slogan was? That was 4
Build back
years ago.
better. Build back better. I
Build
think.
back better.
Yeah.
Okay, that's. I mean,
That's kind of like leeching off, keep making America great again. Kind
eh,
of same
it's
thing.
it's gotta hand it to him. I mean, that was still a good.
Same thing.
I like
but
it.
an alliteration of the letter B.
I like it. I
Build
mean,
back better, Biden. Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Bullshit. That's what his slogan was.
Now,
Yeah, facts are facts on that one. But bear in mind, we're going to have a lot of people on that side of the coin that are sit there and say, well, we think things are great.
That's all fair. That's fair. And you know what? I had every hope that he would be a good president. I really did. He's not who I voted for. Who cares? But I really did have every hope that everything would go well. And it just, the proof was it's there. So how can you deny it?
came.
This is friendship right here. This is friendship right here. Oh God, found it.
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh yeah.
So what recently happened just this week, another PA thing right down the road in Moon Township
What do we got?
was so all these folks are sitting in Permanis, right? And they're doing the Pirates game. Starts coming up to 4:00 and they tell everybody they gotta leave. Everybody in the restaurant, every patron's gotta leave. Well, I came here to watch the Bucks game. I'm drinking beers, sitting at the bar, I'm having a sandwich. Everybody's got to go.
Was it a ham sandwich?
With coleslaw and fries.
Yes.
And
French fried taters.
they make everybody taters good. So they make everybody leave. And then people go outside and they start protesting because, they said, there's, presidential reservation. So they show, and this is live on Facebook, all these people outside standing there with their cameras. And there's all these minibuses, all these white tinted window minibuses. There was as far as the eye could see. It was big. So they bust in actors at 4:00 to go to Permanis, to act like patrons. I don't know if they acted like servers and whatnot. I'm not sure. So that when Harris finally got there at 6 p.m., people were asking her questions, and these were getting recorded for private media, social media, for her platform. But they brought people in instead of letting the people of Pittsburgh sit there, drink beers, watch a Bucks game, and ask pure, unadulterated questions. This shit was scripted, legitimately scripted. They brought people in, paid them to make this look good. What are you scared of? What are you scared of having a person of the people ask you a question? Like, why do you have to have someone ask you a denotated question to make yourself look good? Like, they don't give a fuck about that. And then she goes to Sheets. She goes to Sheets and she gets some fucking Doritos, and she forgets that the Biden administration has a lawsuit pending against Sheets for equal opportunity employment. She goes to get some fucking Doritos at Sheets. Like, her campaign manager is a dumbass. So yeah, that happened. Pennsylvania is becoming will probably be a turning point in this election. I did a little personal data trip the other day in my driving endeavors, and I went ahead and I tried. This was my thing because I couldn't keep track. I was counting Biden signs and I was counting Trump signs, and then I lost count. It was like 14-2. Then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep driving around. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to get to 10 of either side without hitting one. So if I'm driving, I hear Trump, 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 and if I hit Biden or Harris, I go back down to 0. And Harris was up to 1. It was like first one to 10 without someone interrupting. I hit Trump twice. I hit Harris 0. but the election results will. So that would be that's like a 180% victory on yard signs for Trump over Harris, but Harris will end up winning or losing, and the margin will not be 180%.
No, me personally, I honestly think I think it's going to be close. I really do. I think they're going to really battle back and forth. And watching the polls now, so people know, like I said, I'm not going to favor one side or the other on this, but I always try and watch not just Fox News, but I watch CNN. I watch many different, news outlets. Now, granted, how much can we trust the news? Honestly. But on both sides, and this is a big one right here. Michigan is a big battleground state. And it is almost neck and neck right now. Both candidates, Harris and Trump. She is leading it 56. The last I saw, it was 56 to 44 in favor of Harris. The gap's closing on that one. So do you think maybe at this point people are finally they're tired of the circus? Do you think maybe they're finally starting to actually use their brains maybe just a little bit? They're getting tired of these, YouTube warriors that want to put on all these shorts and, basically bashing one side or the other. Because we know how easy people can, and all news outlets do this, whether it be social media, whether it be CNN, Fox, doesn't matter. They're all going to show you the stuff that's going to strengthen their point. They're not going to show you the ones that go in there and actually give a solid argument for one side or the other. Unless it's the person they're voting for. It's the person they're backing. So at this point, when you see something like that, do you think maybe people are finally opening up their eyes and going, this shit has to stop. We need to start, we need to start coming back together and, actually voting to vote. Don't vote just because you're a Democrat that hates Republicans or a Republican that hates Democrats and don't want to see another Democrat in the office because you think people are finally looking at it as who's going to be better for the job?
But after that debate, I even questioned it. I was like, well, Biden's not the man for the job. Dude's losing his shit, literally. And I said Trump, he wants to point fingers. Dude. He's been through fucking every lawsuit and then the fucking man in the last 4 years, trying to keep him from running. I think the people, we just want fucking good representation. What was it? No taxation without representation was, that goes back to, 1776, Boston Tea Party times. I think the people are tired of the way the economy is going. Everything's expensive. Everybody, a shit ton of people are going paycheck to paycheck. We had more money in our pockets 4 years ago. What makes my life happier is huge. You know what I mean? What builds a better economy? We're always going to be in massive fucking debt, as an economy. We don't want war. Who's going to keep us out of war? Who's going to lift the economy? That's the person you vote for. I don't care if you're an elephant or a fucking donkey. That's the aisle you sit on. I want a better country. I want a better world. And I want it to continue for my kids. You know what I mean? Like right now, I am fucking petrified the way politics are going. If we're going to sit there and argue about golf games and we're going to sit there and we're going to push each other in the playground, I don't want that shit for my kids, man. Let's start building back better by making cheaper airline flights, make it easier to move out of this fucking country that so many people have fucking died for. It's not sitting there pulling each other's hair, kicking each other in the balls and stealing each other's girlfriends. It's about, uniting as a people, remembering where we came from, how we got here. And fucking make it better, not fucking make it worse, and definitely not fighting betwixt us.
Robin, what's your take on it? That was well said. I like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with everybody, really. I think we all just want the same things. We all want good futures for our kids and better prices on stuff. But that, I think no matter who's elected, that's going to take a long time to get the economy back, to get inflation down, no matter who gets elected. As for keeping us out of a war, here's how I feel about that. I think if she's elected, there will be a war among our own country. I think if he gets elected, he will keep us out of wars with other countries, and there will not be any wars in this country because he won't have that. So
a big thing that some people are saying is that since she is talk about race, what is she, Dominican or some shit?
I can't remember. There was something.
She's something different everywhere she goes. She's something different. So she said that she's several things. I don't know.
So she's got a lot of something else in her, right? Mm-hmm. So they're saying that she will be biased to immigration laws then. Something that Trump has upstood, fucking Biden has upstood. So they're saying because now you have a woman with foreign influences in her that, she'll tear the fucking wall down like Berlin, you know what I mean? Like that's one thought in the process.
Okay.
I mean, that's their whole party though. That's just what their party does. So that's nothing new.
When it comes to signs, a lot of people don't like things that are in their yard. I like my landscaping in my front yard. I don't need somebody's advertisement in my yard. So what you're saying is you don't want to, you're kind of against everybody putting all these signs up, who they're for, who they're against. I'm kind of confused on that one. Or are you saying that people are like literally coming over to your front yard and putting political signs in the front? I'm kind of confused on that one.
Last time I live on a main stretch going into town, and I got like a pretty good, front yard where people can view some propaganda. And I've always been asked if someone can put their sign there. If they come over there and they just plant their sign in there, you can throw that shit in the middle of the fucking street. You got a light on fucking fire. You put a KKK clan on fucking hat on it. If you don't agree with it, you know what I mean. I do one thing I do not agree with. There's one sign going out the fucking Hermitage. You might have seen it, and it says "fuck Biden." It has been there since.
I agree.
Before the election. I own a flag that says "fuck somebody."
You keep it indoors, though, I bet, don't you?
I keep it folded up. It's folded up. It's just there. It's a novelty for me, right? So this sign has been sitting here for over 4 years, since pre-election, and it's huge.
I've seen it.
Any school-age child that can read,
my 10-year-old,
drives down that road, and it says "fuck Biden," but you have freedom of speech. And you have it on your private property. But so now all these young kids are just got, to learn today class, we're going to learn the letter F. You know what? They've already learned C, K, and you know what the next letter they're going to learn is U. So then they're going to start putting this shit together and be like, fuck Biden. Hey, mommy, fuck Biden. They're like, holy shit. Kids don't need to read your political voice. Leave them the fuck out of it. Take your sign down, dickhead. That's what I'm saying.
Agreed.
Agreed. Agree or disagree with your political values? Take the fucking sign down. Think about the kids and stop being a douchebag. Especially when you got 4 years till a fucking election. Are you done yet? Holy fuck!
The fun part is you don't even just see that in car or like on lawns. Like I see them on cars. There are some funny ones out there, and we get the adult humor, but I start getting pissed off because, like I said, and my daughter is very attuned to what's going on out there. Like she sees everything, she hears everything. Imagine me trying to explain this. Here's one that's outside the political aspect. The stick figures
on the back of the car.
Yeah. Or if somebody has a set of balls hanging from their, she sees all this stuff. Now, is it fun novelties? Yes. If you go into a friend's house, throw it on there real quick and, you just run up the road real fast. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But especially when it comes to these, the political, in the yard, something we drive by every day, I 100% agree. Dude, take it down. For real.
Give me 100 subscribers. I'll go take that shit down right now. Get up beers and just drive me up there. I will remove the fucketh Biden.
Watch, it's gonna be one of those ones that it's electrified. You're gonna grab a hold of that bad boy.
Made like a massive complaint. Like,
what can they do? You said it best. Freedom of speech. I mean, honestly,
yeah, no,
I've seen it for sports teams. I tell you what, you ever drive through Ohio and you've seen a fuck Michigan, flag out there?
Yeah,
it's insane.
No, I definitely love freedom of speech, but at the same time, man, do it fucking tastefully, man. Think about the fucking kids, you fucking dickhead.
Do you remember when we were talking I think last time, and Robin, you should remember this. Remember I said, one of the ways we're going to get past inflation is to get over this fear of COVID, fear of everything, get out there and start spending again. Well, I practiced what
I remember.
And you guys are going to love this. I literally just signed a contract. If I remember correctly, it's going to be $37,000 and some change to have my house fixed.
How much?
37 and some change. That's how much the price of materials have gone up.
It's fucking savage.
Everybody's like, okay, so who we go through? We told them who we went through. I've told everybody who we go through, and we went with an actual, a big company instead of going with like a private contract or whatever. Because in price checking a lot of this stuff, the price difference is not a lot when it comes to a private contractor. Now, it's all stuff I can do personally, but right now, obviously, because of my shoulder and my hand, I can't do squat right now. But for that money, we're going to get, our walls fixed. We're going to get new insulation. The house is finally going to be wrapped like it should be. We're getting new siding, new trim around the windows, the whole deal. Like the whole house is going to look different. But I mean, it really does sting the wallet. It does, and it hurts when you finally put your initials on there, and it's a done deal. I mean, it stings, but in the end, what people don't realize is, how much is that going to save me in utilities now?
Yeah, long term.
In the end, and I've even gone as far as to tell her to go ahead. We're getting ready to order some more stuff because, as I've said before, our roof, when it snows, is always the one that it never had. It's the first one to have all the snow melted. So that says all the heat is being released through the roof. It's escaping through the roof. So I'm going to put some stuff up to help, because it's an old house. I mean, it was built in like 1920s, 1930s. And I'm going to do a quick call out with no names. The previous owner was a true penny pincher,
Scrooge,
all day long. He did what he had to do to make the house look decent to sell.
Right.
But if anybody's ever seen the movie The Money Pit with Tom Hanks,
yeah, that's a good one.
Exactly what we
2
put ourselves into.
It'll be done in 2 weeks.
So every time, how long is it going to take? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks is that and every time they would fix something, it was something else would happen. Something else would happen. It always, and anytime did you just do that already? Oh, well, cheers. Yeah, F it. Just a quick follow. Nothing. That was a mini shot. Every time we have fixed something in our house, it has exposed something else going on. So I'd like to, I can't sit here and tell everybody start spending money and then, completely penny pitch, because I'm telling you, there are so many ways out there to make money. That, people are, I got a lot of people telling me that a savings account are a joke. Well, guess what? When my dryer went down, the money I had put in the savings account, I was able to buy the damn thing with cash, flat out. Now, did I pay with cash? Not right away. I put it on the card, and then when the first bill came in, bam, paid it off. That helps the credit. So, once, like I said, the only way we're going to fix this inflation, since we're, and it has to go with our political context right now. Inflation keeps going up, and especially at election time, things just go absolutely crazy. So now is when I am trying really hard to, I'm spending. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm going out. I'm getting my house fixed. Give yourself that peace of mind, honestly. And if more people would start doing that, first off, it'll slow the inflation. I'm not going to say it's going to stop it altogether, but it will slow it. Bring back our, the only way we're going to bring back our economy, it doesn't matter who's in there. We as a people we're the only ones that can do that in the end. And, you brought up the, what's going to be the next one? Have you heard about they don't call it monkeypox anymore. Now it's mpox. So they're already trying to do the scare tactic out there.
Something's coming, man. Something's coming down the fucking pipe by fucking October. Prepare yourselves now.
And I'm telling you flat out, we really need to step up as a people and fight it ourselves. Man, get off Amazon, guys. Buddy, I'm sorry. Get off Grubhub. Get off DoorDash. Get in your vehicle. Drive that mile up the road. Go to McDonald's. Go to a restaurant. Meet your friends at the mall. Go in and try on a pair of shoes. Try on your pair of pants. Try on the shirt, Get together, in the garage.
You know what? I did an empath type of thought process yesterday. I did a little DoorDashing over the weekend, right? So, as the DoorDasher or the DoorDashee, you have to go into these public places and you have to personally deal with people, deal with the incompetent 16-year-old employee. You have to deal with, the ignorant waitress and shit like that. And it kind of hit me, because my prior interpretation was that people doing the ordering were like 350 fucking pounds sitting at home in a fucking recliner, watching, the Goonies for the third time, in their boxers and a wife beater, eating, sheets for the second time that day. But to me, I was getting annoyed with like these restaurant employees because they gave zero fucks. I'm like, yo, man, like my time is money, man, and like they just sucked at their job. Or they didn't give a fuck. No, they didn't suck. They just didn't give a, they were collecting, their minutely pay. So I think at some point, some people might even use this DoorDash and shit like that just to avoid people. And in some cases, I was like I sat here through this shit. I was like, man, this is not worth it because I don't want to deal with these motherfuckers. So I think some people, like, it's also a way to not have to do that, not have to deal with the ignorance of society. And because they pay someone else to do it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against door dashing altogether. And I probably came off like I am,
No.
but I'm not. I personally feel like it should be for people, that physically can't get out of the house, that, like the older generation, the ones that, we've talked about the drivers, the one that I can understand. But when you're a, 18 to 21-year-old college kid, man, get your lazy ass up off the couch and go and get some food.
Oh, they're my finest customers, man.
Honestly.
And then I was wondering, and I don't know this. I ordered DoorDash one time and I ordered it off myself, so I would like get $2 back. Like I delivered to myself. tried to cheat the system. I want to know if you can use like your state funded card if you're on like welfare and stuff like that. If you can use that for this, since it's food, you know what I mean?
Right.
I think you have to choose. There is an option when you sign up for food stamps for people who need to use them for stuff like that, for voucher. I don't know if it works for DoorDash. I know for restaurants and stuff like that, they have that option for people who
Because I was in a gas
basically,
station.
or if they're homeless.
I was in a gas station about a year ago. This kind of like got under my skin. I mean, I have no transgressions against, welfare, whatever, do whatever you got to do. Times are tough.
Right.
So she's in the gas station, and she's got like 2 plastic bags of just straight up junk food, which at a gas station the prices are going to be marked up.
Right.
So I look at her and she swipes her access card, her state funding card for straight up junk food. And then she goes ahead and she completes another transaction for a carton of smokes. But switches card, uses a bank card. So it's like, if you're on welfare or whatever like that, like, don't be buying marked up junk food. Like, go to the grocery store and get it at a reasonable price. And then if you're in that big of financial trouble, you shouldn't fucking be needing a carton of smokes. You can probably cut back there. That just irked me. That kind of made me think about today. I was like, man, I wonder if you could just DoorDash all the time and like the government dime. So like we're like,
I doubt it.
Enabling?
I doubt it because there's an extra charge and everything else. I doubt it.
An extra charge to who? The person? I don't think they give a fuck.
Yeah, like because when you use food stamps, it's all non-taxed items. So
that is
food,
tax
prepared food is taxed. Yeah, so like even at the grocery store, you can't go buy prepared food and put it on your food stamp. But like I said, there are the people who are like homeless who end up getting, it's different because they get almost like vouchers, but it's your food stamp card or whatever. I guess they get the plastic card. Correct. Yes.
Do you guys?
So they go to restaurants.
You cool with us taking a quick 5-minute?
Yes, sir.
Taking a second.
Yeah.
We got a few people getting ready to come on.
Oh, look at that. Oh, what does this say?
Oh, wait a minute. What is that?
Oh, what's that say?
Is that the same? That's just the same thing this one does. Oh, that's weird. Wait a minute. What's the number? What's the number on it?
I know this is just a coat, so it just says Steelers on it and Pittsburgh on it. So, but
go to your room.
So
yeah, I do remember who my team is.
So in case, just real quick, just in case you guys were, had forgotten, we are actually going to have Miss Victoria DeMar on here. We are still finalizing an interview date. Not only is she an actress, and I'm sure I'm hoping you guys have watched a few things.
I've done my research.
Robin, there she is. She froze on us.
What?
Glitched.
You,
Have
you guys were
watched any-
cutting
have
out.
you
No,
watched any Victoria
yeah, you
DeMar
guys keep
stuff?
cutting out.
Uh-oh. Have you watched any Victoria DeMar stuff?
I've seen stuff, but I honestly have not had time to watch movies with everything going
to
on.
introduce this gentleman. Hopefully this weekend at some point we can get together and we'll watch some of them. I actually own them all. But not
I
only is
don't
she an
know.
actress,
Yeah.
she is a accomplished musician as well. She's a singer. So I think this next
Mhm.
song will be all of, we'll play one of her songs. And we'll be back shortly. And we should probably have a few more people on here. So talk to you guys here in a bit.
You already know what it is, baby. Grand champ.
Righteous cunt. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. All those cocks at the top, even the one king of pop. You think those people didn't work for it, didn't slave for it, didn't starve for it? All those stars that you see on that phone that you got stuck at nothing for the shot. You think those people didn't cry for it, didn't pray for it, didn't pay for it? What the fuck, man? Get a grip. Don't trip.
Hey, yo, what up?
It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed.
What you squandering for? You should be laundering dough. You rockin' designer clothes, kids they got Christmas gifts though. You need to work a bit more, but you still had to get go. You need to get a new job, what you still working at for? Oh, you so complacent with all of this basicness. I guess you like being a basic bitch. Instagram, you the top dog, but you still live in a basement, bitch. I work for this, blood, sweat, and tears. You afraid to work, you just sweat and fear. I've been at this over 10 years, and you just started, so you not here.
It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. You make your own way towards that big payday. Can't stop no matter what they say. Don't matter if you're straight by trends or gay. What the fuck, man? Play the game.
Play the
Shut
game.
the fuck up. Excuses.
Excuses, useless. You gotta get out here and do this. Stressing, depression, make me meditate like a Buddhist. But I don't give up, so I only get stronger. My life's an anime, comic book manga. Problems try to strike me down like monsters. I grab the mic, stab the slice like katanas.
It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed. It don't matter how many mouths you have to feed. Those who squander opportunity won't succeed.
Top dog.
Don't make me get my claws out.
Oh, me out.
DMX.
And we are back. Just had to clarify a few things and got some finalization. And you guys are going to really like what we've got to say here very, 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 very soon. Trust me, you're going to love this little surprise. Now, bear in mind, we brought this up before. I'm not exactly going to call them haters, but we do have some people that, we're a small time podcast out of Grove City, Pennsylvania, doing our stuff right out of my garage. But that being said, Steve, if I'm not mistaken, I think we've got some serious moves coming up.
Moves, motherfucker.
We've already we've done a good handful of interviews. Well, I say a handful. We've done one interview got another one coming up, and I think after this next one, I'd like to think that we're really going to I see some good stuff in the future. What's your thoughts on this whole thing? Has this been going as you had hoped it would, or?
Yeah, it all comes with your guys' support, man. The more likes, shares, and subscriptions we get, the more things we can do. I'm itching to go mobile live.
Yes.
Yeah, we will get out of the garage. We'll get out of our normal realms, and we'll be able to go do shit, man. We'll be able to go do those ghost hunts. We'll be able to jump off the fucking bridge.
With a GoPro.
Yeah, we'll be able to do some insane shit, man. But with the current social media restrictions, we're getting tits close, man. We got 30 on Facebook, man. I know a lot of you guys like.
Oh, we got more than 30 on Facebook.
Oh, 70 on Facebook.
We got 70, and it's climbing.
Yeah, we need 30 more subscriptions on Facebook, man. We'll take this shit fucking mobile. Release the hounds, Smithers. Release the hounds. So yeah, man, but we can't do without you guys, man. You guys are in this, man. Oh, fuck.
So, you guys have seen me stop quite a few times now. And it seems like I've been distracted. And there's a reason behind my distraction tonight. My kid gets the biggest kick out of the fact that, we actually truly do have a Hollywood starlet wanting to come on here. And I got on a good authority that there's probably some big things for this woman in the future. So on that note, I would very much like to introduce everybody. Oh, wait for it. You are just in time. I'd like to introduce everybody to Miss Victoria Demare, Batty Boo yourself, Full Moon Entertainment Screen Queen, and in my opinion, probably the hottest screen queen out there today.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Yeah, you're not bad.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's actually Victoria Demare, not Demare.
I'm so horrible for saying that. It's really
he does it
every time. But then I correct myself and I'll correct this knucklehead, and of course he follows me. Man, I tell you what.
That's okay.
And
I get actors' names wrong all the time. I'm a big Willem Dafoe fan, and I was calling him William Dafoe for like decades until someone was like, "It's Willem," and like with an E, M, not A, and I was like, "Oh my god, it is." I was like, "I'm so sorry, I totally mispronounced that." It happens all the time.
Boondock Saints to figure that shit out. I called him William every time too.
I know.
And then I started reading in the credits. I was like, "Holy shit! It's not a typo."
Right.
So. Now that we obviously this isn't the big one, guys. I want to thank her for coming on. This is kind of a teaser, not exactly a spoiler. What's a good word? A preview of what's to come.
There you go.
This lady is the woman I've been talking to the entire time we've all been on. We have fun. Yeah, that's my wife's going, uh-huh. We have finalized the date, and it is going to be September 4th on a Wednesday. And the only reason I asked for September 1st was like the tentative for a while. We were talking, so many different times. September 1st is actually my anniversary, so I was hoping that we could actually set this up. And I tell you what, September 4th, guys.
Yes. Awesome.
I was not able to get the comic books that I really wanted. They were sold out.
Yeah, the censored and uncensored, the first edition ones that just had Batty on the cover, but she was more, they did like a Japanimation kind of like animation of her. It was amazing artwork. They sold out pretty quick and then they didn't reissue any other ones. So there's a third one available. It includes Hideous, the comic Hideous in it too, which is a nice bonus. And it has Batty and Killjoy on the cover. So it's not just Batty this time.
Oh, Killjoy! Boy.
What was it? Snookum! I can't do it. That accent is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
So, but I am going to purchase there's a third one.
Yeah.
So, I'll make sure to post the link at some point here on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I don't know. You can't post links on YouTube. It's a pain in the ass. But I will post them. I would recommend everybody, go out and get these. And I'm going to get the doll.
Sweet. Yeah, the doll's available a bunch of different places. It's sold out at Full Moon right now, but there's a couple mom and pop shops that are carrying it. Nightmare Toys is carrying it. Walmart's carrying it. Screamers Costumes is carrying it. There's a couple on eBay, so they're around. But they were the cheapest on Full Moon. They were only $15.95 because other places they're $35.95 or $34.95, or Walmart they're $47.95 or something like that. And at Full Moon they were $15.95, so they all sold out.
No, are they like, I don't know, like the size of Barbie dolls, or are they like the size of G.I. Joes?
It's like a 7-inch tall doll on a platform, and she's an action figure because her tail moves.
Cool.
Cool.
And you said that you would actually sign it personally.
I will, yes.
So that being said, just to give a couple spoilers, my boy here is from Philadelphia.
Sweet.
He knows the area.
Awesome.
What are the possibilities of a possible face-to-face interview?
Oh, that'd be great. That's
I
very
love it.
possible. We just have to schedule it.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I like the 4th. Middle of the week, little drive. Just saying.
I know. So let's bring you back to Philadelphia.
Maybe we could do a follow-up in person, and we could do the 4th remotely, because I'm just relocating, so I kind of need to get settled in and acclimated. So maybe we could do like a 2-parter.
I like it.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Fantastic.
Because then it would give you time to get the doll or the comic books or whatever that you might want to get. The comic books are currently only $3.99. But the uncensored ones and the censored ones that are now sold up went up to $9.99, even though it says $3.99 on the book. But then they jacked it because people were buying them. So I would get them at the original price if you can. But then we could do a couple weeks or a month or something like that, and then boom, we could do in person and with some merch and shit.
I am game on. I'm loving every second of this. Who are you taking this year? Feelers? Feelers. Steelers or Phillies?
Oh, come on,
Damn it.
Philly.
Steelers or Eagles? I just went full on fanboy. My sister and everybody is looking at me like I'm just.
Eagles, Philly all the way, all the Philly teams.
Fuck the Steelers.
Wow.
Fuck the Steelers.
You know, you're beautiful on screen. Just to interrupt, you're beautiful on screen and all the stuff I've seen online of you. And for me, and the camera is not nice to me, but you're just a hair younger than me. How do you stay so beautiful?
Oh my God! Thank you so much. A lot of hydration. I highly recommend high alkaline water to ionize the body. It's really important. Stay out of the sun, or if you're in the sun, use like 50 sunblock or the highest you can find, and keep reapplying it. I sweat like a beast, so I'm always reapplying it. Oil of Olay for beauty products, just the beauty fluid, like that pink bottle that your grandmother used to use that's been on the market for like 75 years. There's a reason it's been around for that long. lanolin in it, which is just as good as collagen. And so I use that as a moisturizer, but I put it on my face, my hands, my feet, my neck. I mean, I would buy it in tubs if you could put it all over your body.
Right.
Also, goat's milk is pure collagen, pure collagen. You can get cans of it for like $4.99 or $3.99 in the market, and like pour it into your bath if you have a bathtub, or just use your sink, mix it in with water instead of like the whole tub with just milk, because that's quite expensive. So mix it in with your hot water and then soak in that, and then do what you're bathing or whatever that you're doing in there. But then when you rinse, get out of the tub, don't rinse off. Let the water with the milk in it just soak into your skin, and put your moisturizer and your makeup on and go on about your day. When you get out of the tub or you rinse your face with that and you look at your face in the mirror and let that milk soak in, you'll be like, oh my God, I look 10 years younger. Like,
oh my goodness.
If you can do that a couple times a week, I would recommend that. Also, Vaseline all over your face, hands, feet, body, moisturize your whole body with it. Vaseline. I know some people say, oh, petroleum jelly is not good for you. I disagree. Cocoa butter is another. I mean, these are things that have been on the market like for 8 years plus. Like, just use the standard like stuff. You don't have to spend a gazillion dollars on beauty products. You just stay hydrated, use the basics, stay out of the sun, sleep, get 7 to 8 hours a night. And if you like, people are sleeping 5 and 6, like, it's just draining your cells and just making you tired and just depleted, and everything starts to go.
Now, do you pay attention to your diet as well? Like, do you eat red meat? Do you drink a lot of sugars and caffeines, or do you?
I don't really drink any caffeine, although I do drink green tea, which is naturally caffeinated. I try to drink a glass of green tea every day. I am a vegetarian. Red meat it'll sit in your colon like for years. Like, you never really pass all that out. It's just so bad for you. And just anything like I'm 95% raw vegan, which means like I'm vegetarian except for dairy, and that's just like yogurt and cheese and ice cream at this point. And I also try and eat raw, because anything you cook over like 115 or 114 degrees or whatever, a synthesis process starts in that product that causes cancer. So any meat or steak or cake or whatever you're eating that you're baking, you're just basically eating cancer. And I don't use microwaves. You're eating radiation, and over long time use, that's going to cause health problems. So yeah, the diet is also very important.
Wow.
I want to know how she tailgates. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, and I don't smoke cigarettes either. I rarely drink. I like Prosecco, or like a couple, drafts of beer or whatever, especially going to a game. But like 2 beers or 2 glasses of Prosecco, 2 glasses of wine, and I'm like, like.
There you go, Robin. She's a wine drinker.
I don't drink a lot. And I don't smoke cigarettes. It's just really bad for your skin.
Right. Wow. I wish I would have met you in my 20s.
and a lot of it's also genetics. I did just turn 50 this year, so a lot of people are like, "Oh, have you had work done?" Like, I'm phobically afraid of needles. I've had no like Botox. Like, I'll have a line on my forehead here, and like, your face makes expression, and like, I make expression for a living as an actor, so you need to see your face move. So I just do the diet and the sleep and the water and the products and that your grandma used. I would stay away from any kind of plastic surgery or injections, because it's also going to cause other, long-term health effects. I mean, Botox and all that stuff, all those poisons and all those injections, they all cause cancer. I mean, so just try and just stay natural and just do the best you can with the time that God gave you.
Right. I'm 51, and I look about 20 years older than you. I mean, you look young. I think you look like the youngest person on the panel. Sorry, guys, but it's the truth. And it does, because you see a lot of people.
Camera right now, like, you know what? We're getting you. Yeah, we can't hear her all of a sudden.
I look good.
But you know how a lot of people that are actors and stuff, when you see them in person or on a live video, they look totally different. They just don't even look like them. Even especially when they, take off all the makeup, take off everything. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, you're old, or oh, you're ugly, and you are absolutely gorgeous, even more so in your natural state than any in all glammed up. I mean, you're stunning. So I wanted to know your secret, Robin. Listen to what she said. And so when you're old like us, well, like me,
it's true. Like I stopped laying. I used to in high school and college. Like I was doing the tanning beds, and like I was a sunbather with baby oil. I was like, yeah, like at the Jersey Shore. But when I hit 25, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Since sun's really bad for you, I got to stop that shit. And so, yeah, I started using all the beauty products that you could buy in your budget, like at a CVS or Rite Aid or Walgreens or Target or whatever, not spending like hundreds of dollars on stuff. It's all really basically kind of the same stuff anyway. And just started.
Oh no, I'm cheap. I'm cheap.
Yeah,
I buy all cheap things. I'm a dollar store.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've tried all that stuff too, like the collagen cream at the dollar store. I tried all that, all that. But I'm telling you that beauty fluid, it's literally called the beauty fluid. And it's the Oil of Olay little pink bottle, and it's like $12.99, and it'll last you like a month. And I use it like 5 and 6 times a day, like all my hands. I'm telling you, your feet, neck, everything. All the fucking, like several times, and it'll last me a bottle like a month. It's an amazing product for an amazing price. I totally recommend start using it. Like you can use it on your eyelids, under your eyelids, all over your face. Again, if it came in a larger bottle than like 6 ounces or whatever that comes in, I would put it all over my whole body.
You'd be walking out with a tub of it, like a bucket of.
Absolutely.
Yep. I'm sorry for stealing the interview from you. I was like, God, she's stunning, and that's not fair.
See, here's the fun part about this. We've had some people that want to come out and say, "Oh, this doesn't," we're a small out of Grove City, Pennsylvania. You have to jump through hoops, and we got this gorgeous starlet on here right now. That the Scream Queen. I mean, it happens. And I've got to say something. I messaged her not long ago and let her, try to set this whole thing up. And just to give kind of like that little spoiler, that little preview. Now she knows where I'm going. You told me to say something in particular. And I was going to ask her, you did.
That I did. Yeah. That you were saying you had some haters, and I was telling them that you can say that Batty said to suck my cock, but in Batty language.
Now, just as a teaser,
like,
I've got to ask.
My cock or whatever.
There it is. Yeah.
My cock.
No, my God, I tell you what, Killjoy, awesome movie. I've been a Full Moon fan for a long time. That's what turned me on to you. So after that, I really started, like I said, I went fanboy, started looking you up. And the fact that you're getting ready, you're going to do this for us, greatly appreciated. I am so looking forward to this. We are going to make sure 100% that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a very long list of questions, and
are they all Philadelphia questions?
Well, a shit ton of them on there, but
East Coast.
some good things about some of your other work you did. your song.
I hate how the people on the West Coast do some weird like thing with their hands with like the West Coast thing. So I started doing East Coast.
East Coast.
No,
she's saying East Coast.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely interested into learning a lot more about your background and touch base with some of our fans on here, man. So it'll be greatly appreciated, man. It'll be a good time. Thank you.
Awesome.
So, on that note, like I said, we're just doing a spoiler tonight. We have hit that 2-hour mark. So, as customary,
yep.
Wait, you gonna go for it?
Yep.
Just a quick shout out.
Fuck the Steelers.
We're gonna beat the Eagles.
Go Eagles. Oh, sorry.
Go Eagles. Tell me what it's like being a Philadelphia sports fan. We are blessed motherfuckers. Oh, we are blessed.
How many Super Bowls have y'all won?
Don't fucking matter.
Let me hear it.
Don't
Come on,
fucking
let me hear it. You guys, the only thing good that you guys have done is beat the Patriots.
Oh, to beat Tom Brady, man. Yeah. Hey, I'll take my little glory, man. Take my little glory.
So on that note, if you're cool with it, we're gonna stick around for a little bit afterwards, but we're gonna go ahead and quick shout out to our boy Steve's Diesel Shop. If you're in the Mercer County or surrounding county area and you want to own a diesel, you do own a diesel, got questions about diesel, make sure you give this gentleman a call at 724-269-0477. You're going to get the sweetest girl in the world answering the phone. She's going to put you on the phone with somebody that is going to get you back on the road. Miss Victoria, like I said, got some things to come. Customary shot. Cheers.
Coffee.
What'd you say? Coffee.
Coffee.
There we go.
I have ginger ale.
Now, as we always do, quick final shot.
I have
Robin,
ginger ale
what you
too.
What you got, girl? Give us a final shot.
Sorry,
Still
my
trying
thing.
to figure out how to work my camera.
Yeah,
Sorry.
my stuff's cutting out too much.
You got a final shot
Go
for
ahead.
everybody?
My stuff. No, go ahead. My stuff keeps cutting out. Just go ahead.
Yeah, no, we touched on a lot of things tonight, man. We dabbled on the political. We engrossed in the sports. We got old Victoria over here. That's
Oh
how
my God.
fucking everybody.
Young Victoria.
My
Young
dog is 3 years
Victoria.
old. He's like my
Oh
old
my
dog.
goodness.
This,
Forgive him.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, it'll be great, dude. Tony looking at the interview, dude. I do enjoy looking at all your pieces. All your pieces. I got a lot of questions about them. A lot of questions. You do some funny shit, good shit, but all your parts seem like you're fucking dedicated in them. Like you really like, yeah, you really absorb the part, and it's like you're all or nothing. You know what I mean? It's like either
Balls out's the only way to go.
I'm gonna fuck this up, or I'm going to do it good. So that's what I get from watching your stuff. Your music, still working on it. You got quite a few pieces out there. It's interesting. I just implore all our viewers, man, stop being ignorant, and let's keep making this world better, one person at a time.
Woo! Amen.
well said. My final shot for the night. Like I keep saying, guys, I mean, it does no good to bitch about it. You know, what happened 4 years ago. The only way we're going to fix this is, like he said, one day at a time, one person at a time. You know, get back out there and live life. Enjoy. Get the, you know, I can't say it enough times. Life has too many little tiny pleasures. Just reach out there and grab them. Have fun. Go out. Go back out to the mall. Go back out to a restaurant. You know, don't get off the couch. On that note, September 4th. Looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys all get on here. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube. Guys, as always, what we say on here is always just our opinion. But then again,
it just might be the alcohol.